What's going on? It's your boy SB. All right, so in this vlog, this is a series I did. I think I got a playlist on it. If not, I'm gonna go ahead and create it to start putting these in here. I'm gonna try to do these at least weekly going forward. This was something I called "It's Bigger Than Amazon," and this is where I would kind of try to zoom out from the Amazon stuff to look at other things that's going on that's important. But low key, if you work at Amazon, you already know. At least maybe it ain't just me. But we can be working and look up, it's 6 months. Working, look up, a year go by, and it feel like it's been 2 weeks. You feel me? So I've done this before. This one is basically on layoffs and store closures. What's taking place when we zoom out from just our little circle that we mostly cover on here, which is Amazon. What's going on in the whole economy? What's going on in the nation today? And we talk about these things a lot, especially on the lives. So I kind of just wanted to make a dedicated video for it. But it's been a lot of layoffs, a lot of stores closing down. To me, it's a very alarming sign. And as I've been saying, last year and the year before that, I was saying like, yo, the worst is not here yet. The worst is yet to come. And I still don't think we're at the eye of the storm of what's to come. But just going over some of these numbers and some of this information, I wanted to make it aware. Awareness is everything when it comes to planning your next year, planning your next week. Even you may plan a little different if if you're paying attention to what's going on, to the climate of the economy, to the climate of this industry, and just what's going on in general. But starting off with the layoffs, like I said, layoffs, store closures, that's what we're going to touch on today. Layoffs have been crazy. UPS, they've been having layoffs. Boeing, they've been having layoffs. I think like 17,000 people over there. Nissan had layoffs. They had fired about 9,000. GM Motors, about 1,000 people. The company Jeep, they fired about 1,000 people. Pepsi, they had layoffs. It's in countless of other places, and it's just been back to back to back. With the Pepsi layoff, I actually came across that on TikTok, and I actually was seeing the stories of some of the workers that were there. They closed down, I think it was a plant over there. And hearing their stories, that's another reason too why I always try to, keep that conversation going of, we're still in a, shaky economy. The worst is still yet to come, because so many people, in their mind, a lot of people think this is never going to affect me. And seeing so many people on all these videos, just hearing them, pouring out their hearts about how they weren't aware, they didn't see it coming, and now their whole livelihood is changed with little to no preparation. When it came to businesses closing, 7-Eleven had like 400 stores closing. The Dollar Tree closing 1,000 stores. Bruh, you feel me? That is crazy. CVS closing 900 stores. Macy's is closing 150. Advanced Auto Parts was closing like 700 stores. And the list goes on and on. One of the biggest food productions, I think it's pronounced Cargill, they're about to lay off 8,000 people. And also Tyson, they're laying off like 800 people or something like that. But with that, at first, everybody was just like, oh, it's just the tech. It's just the tech. This is hitting everything. And I think it's a bigger situation at play, which I'm going to explain at the end. But I think there's a whole, you feel me? I think this is something going on that's taking place more than what meets the eye. I don't think from the gate, this is not going to just be the tech industry. You know what I mean? I think we're seeing a shift in general. And like I said, I'm going to explain that towards the end of the video. But food companies laying off like that too? It's like, what's safe? I was saying this to one of my homies when we was chopping it up on the phone. I was like, listen, I don't think there is a security in a company at this moment, unless you're like in some government contracted job. But even then, you just never know. Job security right now, I think, has probably been at a lowest that it's probably ever been at. That's just my opinion. I'm a younger dude. I'm sure there's people out here who's, 70 and seen the prior recession and, seen prior cycles. But what I think is going on, I think this is something different. I don't think this is just the normal cycle that goes on in the country. I think this is something completely different. Like I said, I'm going to talk about at the end of the video. But when you look at all of those closures, all of those layoffs, and it's not even done yet, all of those lives affected. What about the families of those people? You know what I mean? It's so many people affected and we're not even done. We're in the peak season of consumer spending and all this talk of layoffs and stuff is going on. I think it's just going to continue to accelerate as we go into the new year, because as not just with Amazon, we always talk about that with Amazon when it comes to peak season. That's when it's peak sales, peak volume, et cetera, and so on and so forth. And right after that, it slows down. That's not just an Amazon thing. They call it the holiday season. But this is a time where all companies are booming. And afterwards, that consumer spending usually pulls back as well. So I think we're going to continue to see some accelerated layoffs, accelerated businesses being closed going forth. And I'm going to continue to bring the awareness. But also, I've always had the 3 instructions, man. It's preparation. Preparing mentally, physically, spiritually, making sure you paying off that debt, making sure right now more than ever too. I think what's important and what I'm trying to do as well, I've said it, I think in one of the last videos, recent videos, is trying to, you feel me, see another industry or making sure your options are open right now, because it seems like nothing and no company is safe. Amazon hasn't declared any, you feel me, no press release on any big layoffs. But I mean, even with our company, they did make a press release about restructuring when it came to the manager to associate ratio situation. But at least when it comes to just solid layoffs, nothing has been, on a press release since the last time we reported it. But does that mean nothing's to come? Like I'm saying, it seems like Amazon has been, you feel me, the safest, not the safest ship, but in this economy sea, in the storm that we're going through, as I've always said, it seems it's been pretty sturdy. But that don't mean that's going to be like that forever. You feel me? And I'm just being honest. I'm not a representative of the company. I'm not a spokesman or nothing like that. But I'm just calling it as I see it when it comes to everything as a whole in the economy. And I just want to encourage everybody, man, start looking. I wouldn't jump ship, as I always say. I wouldn't jump ship because, it's been pretty sturdy. You feel me? It's been pretty reliable. So you don't want to leave that, but have something just in case. As I think I did say that in the last video when it came to the overtime. If overtime get cut tomorrow and you can't do it anymore for the rest of the year, what are you going to do in that type of situation? Have your options open. But back to what I was saying, all of those numbers, all those store closing, those 1,000 with this company, 900 with this company, all of those store closures has a number on them, just like the layoffs. How many associates work in that store? Not just one shift though. How many associates does it take total to run that store? And now you closing 1,000 of them and you closing 900 of those? You feel me? It's getting crazy out here, and I think it's only going to continue to ramp up. These are things we want to continue to at least keep an eye on and let this affect the way you live. You feel me? A lot of people that's involved in these numbers, their lives are being dramatically impacted, and it's going to affect their livelihood. But don't wait or even wait for even the chance for this type of situation to affect our livelihood. Let this impact our livelihood now. How is that? Let it impact the way we're spending our money. Let's not just be blowing our money out here on things we don't need. Let's probably not upgrade to the new car if we don't need it. Let's not be blowing, you know what I mean? If you spending money, let it be on investing, things that can bring a return. I've been spending some finances, but it's on things that's going to bring a return. I'm not just creating new bills. Let all this stuff that's taking place in this economy, in this video that we're talking about, let it affect you as well, but let it affect you to be more proactive, more cautious in how you're spending your money, more responsible in how you're spending your money, more responsible in how you're using your time. You feel me? Even with your time, if you're just chilling on all your downtime, cool. We're going to have time for our mind to relax and all that good stuff. But I think we should probably use some of that time that we have to start to look in other areas, whether it be for another job Or if you have a hobby or something that you can try to monetize, I've spoken on that before, that using your time for that. Because as I've said, I don't think there's no avoiding what's coming. When you have the time, go look it up. Quick little Google search, how many, stores being closed in 2024, 2025, layoffs taking place, just so you can be aware of what's going on throughout the economy and all that stuff. I'm going to do this though, hopefully, you feel me, every week on different topics. Nah, that's going to be too much. I ain't gonna lie. Hopefully every 2 weeks, but there's so much going on. That's why I did want to touch on this again, because it is in all areas. We got food being recalled all over the place. You feel me? There's still natural disasters taking place all over the place. Stuff is just, it seems like something's up. You feel me? There's been a shift in the atmosphere. I don't know, but do I think we're going to see any of these things with our company going forward? I'm not going to lie. Yes, I've been saying that. Yeah, I think we're going to continue to see it. Hopefully not in a major scale, but we're going to have to see it. I don't know. But when you look at our competitors in this industry, or the company's competitors, you look at the UPS, you look at these other companies, they're still having layoffs. They're still rearranging and adjusting. If they're being affected by what's going on, it's only logical that our company is being affected as well. Do I think we'll see more building closures as well? I wouldn't be surprised. I think I talked about it on the live. I actually pulled up a map too. Yeah. I pulled up a map out here in Arizona. And my theory of what I think could possibly happen, not a representative of the company, not a spokesman, have no inside information, none of that stuff. But I think we may continue to see a consolidation of buildings, meaning, buildings closing down. Because when you look at certain places, Arizona, where I live, perfect example, I think we'll probably see places with the rural areas, those buildings, consolidate. And the buildings that are still in the areas that are still high volume, high population, those will stay open. That's just my opinion. Because honestly, it just makes logical sense. Forget Amazon, anything. If I have 30 stores, you feel me, out here in Arizona, and all the ones I'm looking at the volume, I'm seeing buildings that's the same type of building, the same type of operation in a rural area compared to that same building and operation in a more dense area in the city. Both operation prices cost the same, but both aren't generating the same on the finances. It would probably make more sense, and I can save money and make more sense too. All right, you know what? I'm going to close down the lower performing buildings, consolidate. But that's just my opinion. We're going to have to see how it plays out. Do I think we're going to have to wait that long to play out? You feel me? I hope, I hope we got to wait. I hope we don't see none of this. But I think 2025 is going to be spooky. And I hate to say that, because here's my thing. Consumers, it's all about the consumer spending and their finances. If that's already tapped out at the beginning of 2025, if their finances is already tapped out, not just tapped out, savings gone, credit gone, then what? We're going to have to see. I want to know y'all responses on this. Are these not some crazy numbers of stores being closed? Layoffs still taking place? Drop in the comment section. What do you think is going on in your opinion of what's taking place? Oh, I forgot about that. All right. So what I think, I don't think this is a cycle in a country's, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, this happens every 10 years. Oh yeah, we had the last recession. I don't think this is that. Honestly, and this may sound crazy, I think we are shifting into a new system. It sounds crazy, I know, but just look at everything that's ready to be rolled out. The automation side of things, every company is investing crazy amounts. Robotics, all of this stuff. And then forget just looking at it. Listen to what these people are saying. The forerunners, the Elons, and all the forerunners, they're saying, oh yeah, they're going to take away this amount of jobs and this. Listen to what they're saying. Listen to what they said about universal basic income that's going to be at play. Is not far-fetched to think. But the reason why it is because I think what we're seeing is a transition, and I think it's something we've never seen before. So that's why nobody is really, it's not too many red flags going off because we have nothing to go off of. I think what we're going into is the new. You feel me? I think we're going into a new world, in my opinion. And like they say, history repeats itself. But we don't have no history. I don't think we have too much history to go off of what we're going into. That's my opinion. May sound crazy, may not, depending on the awareness that you have. I definitely advise you take a broad look of what's going on. And here's the scary thing. It's not about even what you can see. Listen to what these forerunners are saying about the future. Not 2040, 2050, about 2026, 2027, 2030. And I'm going to leave it at that. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. Right? Yeah. Hit the notification bell. Also, this is my new single that we just put out. It is called No Days Off. Go stream it. It is on Spotify, iTunes, everywhere online. Links will be in the comment section and description. Other than that, man, it's your boy SB. Have a blessed one. Let's go.
No days off. Ay, I'm talking no days off. No, no days off. Ay, I'm talking no days off. Ay, I'm talking no days off. I'm talking no days off. No, talking no days off. Ay, I'm talking no days off. Ay, yo, no days off.